We could do it, you know. Take off, live in the woods.
They'd catch us.
Well, maybe not.
We wouldn't make it 5 miles.
You know, but there, obviously, you know, I don't have to tell you, there's so much pressure and hype and expectations coming with this role in this movie. Was there ever a point from signing your name on the contract to right at this moment that you ever thought, oh my God, I made a mistake?
No.
What have I done? Really?
No. I took 3 days before I had saying yes to the role so that wouldn't happen. So that I thought through every scenario and every wrinkled out every kind of fear and anxiety that I had and made sure that this was absolutely 100% the thing that I wanted to do, and I have not had one doubt.
And I know that one of the reasons you initially didn't want to take the part was because you didn't necessarily want to be part of a big studio movie. Is that right? Because I felt one of the things I loved about the movie is that it has a lot of almost things I love about indie movies in it. I love that.
Yeah, it's very, I mean, that's the brilliant thing about Gary is his art and his style and his vision kind of will come across no matter what the film is, no matter what the size of the film is. And it felt like we were shooting an indie, and then watching it doesn't feel like a huge studio movie. It's really just kind of beautiful.
Welcome, welcome. The time has come to select one courageous young man and woman for the honor of representing District 12 in the 74th Annual Hunger Games.
It's your first year, Prim. Your name's only been in there once. They're not gonna pick you.
Primrose Everdeen.
Prim! I volunteer! I volunteer as tribute!
Advice plays such a big part of coming into this, and you know, advice that you get can be the deterrent whether you live or die. So I was wondering, when you guys got into this business, what was the best advice that you got to help you survive through all of this?
Oh, my brother texted me about a month before we started shooting, and he said it's called Hunger Games, not Eating Games. That was his advice to me. So yeah, that was the advice I got.
That's nice. That's nice.
Yeah.
I was like 10 years old in one of my first movies I did, and I remember this so vividly. Tom Hanks actually told me that fame or notoriety doesn't change who you are; it just magnifies. Right. So if you're a good person, it just makes that more evident. If you're a bad person, it makes that more evident. Yeah. So that was that's cool.
I've
Much
heard that
better
also.
than your brother's advice, just so you know.
Our tributes, Peter Millark and Katniss Everdeen.
They just want a good show. That's all they want.
There's 24 of us, Gail. Only one comes out.
One of the things that I found fascinating is that there's so much pressure on all the tributes to be liked. I think Woody Harrelson tells you, like, you have to be liked in order to survive. In this business, how much pressure do you feel for people to like you?
A lot of it.
How do you deal with something like that?
No, I mean it gets you at first because there's not really anything you can do, but then after a while, because there's nothing that you can do, you just kind of answer the questions as honestly as you can, right. and then just leave it.
Are you kind of at that point now where you're like, screw it, if people like me, they like me, if they don't, they don't?
Well, you have to be that way, or else I'd be like looking up all the people who don't like me and then crying. That's
I can't imagine there are that many people. I can't imagine there's a long line. Everyone loves you. Everyone's
really? I
can't.
So you're here to make me look pretty?
I'm here to help you make an impression.
Honestly, one of the things I truly loved was watching you guys progressively start to kind of change the tributes a little bit. So I was wondering, when you got into this business, did people come in, did they try to change who you were and kind of make an image of who they thought you should be?
Well, Lenny's Lenny. I
mean,
can tell.
I mean, she's an actress, right? So that's her job, is to
be molded.
Right.
Yeah, people were always trying to change it. Do this, don't make this music, do that, play this, dress like this, look like, I mean, people are always trying to change it.
And
but you have to follow, your heart and know who you are, and
I
that's
think in the movie, Peeta really is the one who embodies that the best. You know, he really does not, he wants to just be true to himself the whole time, and I love that about him.
Right.
You know, I was just always encouraged to keep going. That was really helpful, to hear from people like, you'll be okay, just keep going.
I mean, growing up my whole life, I mean, my family, my grandfather in particular, I mean, always urged me to just be natural, be myself, and be true to yourself.
And so it was decreed that each year the 12 districts of Pan Am shall offer up in tribute one young man and woman between the ages of 12 and 18 to be trained in the art of survival and to be prepared to fight to the death.
One of the troubles a lot of people have with the movie is that they said, you know, I just have a hard time watching kids go after each other. So I was wondering, in this business, is it hard seeing kids struggle in this? Is it harder watching a young person struggle in Hollywood than it is watching an adult struggle in Hollywood?
I think it's hard work watching anyone struggle. I think there's a big difference when the struggle is leading to a future when you're young, and when you're old, when the struggle is the dying embers leading to the end of your career. I was given a star on Hollywood Boulevard a couple of years ago, and I said, you know, it's different. For young people, you get this star, and it's like the beginning of your life. For me, it's like a memorial. I mean, I'm kind of the guy who goes past cemeteries and looks at tombstones like I'm window shopping. So it's different, but it's the same. You know, you feel anguish and pain for anyone who experiences rejection.
This is the time to show them everything. Make sure they remember you. I just keep wishing that I could think of a way to show them that they don't own me. If I'm gonna die, I want to still be me.
I just can't afford to think like that.
I loved watching how people progressively started treating Katniss differently as the story progressed. Did you notice people treating you different before you got the role versus after you got the role?
Not really. I mean, like, in and out, like, meeting people. But those, like, the people that I, like, have around me, like my friends and, you know, the people that I'm working with, like, they don't treat me any differently, so.
Okay, so that's important then.
So, yeah.
There's not, you know.
Yeah, no yes people.
I would say, because I would almost want that, you know, that idea of like someone that wouldn't have anything to do with you, and then all of a sudden then they want something, and then you can kind of blow them off.
Happens.
Really? See, is it bad that I wouldn't enjoy that? I would kind of want that.
You would want that?
Just to be able to say, oh, now I'm in Hunger Games, so now I don't have to talk to you anymore.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
No, I hate it, because then you get like texts and phone calls, and you're like, oh, God, I have to call them back.
See?
But we haven't been friends in like 5 years.
See, you're far nicer than I am, though. I would
me.
just text a picture of me on the set of the Hunger Games, be like, hey, suck it.
Really? Yeah. Oh, God. That's the opposite.
You're far more nice than me.
What? Really?
I think so.
I don't think so.
Now we've gotten a feel for each other. I feel like we're basically best friends right now.
Yeah, we're totally bonding.
So I was wondering, how long do you think I would last in the Hunger Games?
I think you'd win.
You are lying.
Do you see how good I've gotten at lying on camera?
You don't have to say that. You could have left it at
I couldn't, because I really had to collect credit for that.
Mm-hmm.
That was really good.
That was really good.
I didn't even move my eyeballs or blink.
Where are you from?
Houston.
Houston.
Texas.
Texas
boy.
Man, you're going to do great.
Right?
You
I think so, too.
Yep.
I think that's going to,
You've probably got a gun on you right now, so I think you do good.
It's law.
Yeah,
we just carry it out. Exactly. It's how we say hello in Texas.
Howdy.
About 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't give you that long, really.
Why is everyone giving me that answer? Not one person has said,
60
oh,
seconds.
Jake, you would win. Not one person.
Because you're nice.
Or am I?
You're really nice.
Yeah, you are.
You know?
Or am I?
No, you didn't even say that with any conviction.
You'd probably try to run in there at first and grab one of the backpacks or something, and somebody would club you over the head.
He'd probably accidentally step off a little too early and just get blown up. It wouldn't even be hand to hand. It would just be stupidity that would.
You couldn't even give me a cool death, like a battle, like I blow up before the games even start.
I think you'd be like nervous. You'd be like, ah, and then it would just be over.
Yeah, but you'd be in a suit.